ved. Ja, ja. Længere væk. Længere væk. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Carla. As you can see behind me, a lot has happened since my last video. I've been working on a cover for Carla, and in this video today we're going to have a look at how I did it and some of our thoughts of why we did it like this. But first, I think we're going to have a look at a small workshop that I've been working on. It's an old carport we used to store old tree trunks and old wood and yeah, just stuff that we saved. Except for the plastic, all the materials I used for making this was something we had laying around already. For example, the door is from an old dog yard we made 15 years ago. I think we had it laying in the back, and the table is an old pallet we got some building materials on some years ago. And yeah, just tried to make the best of what I had and use the money where it counted instead of on, yeah, you know, a table. And this worked really well. My old table saw that I pulled out of a garbage container some years ago fits perfectly on top of the pallets, and it's been really useful for making some of these small pieces to mount the tarp. So yeah, it's been a nice place to keep out of the rain, and also a good place to store some of the bigger things. For example, the radar mast. I had to take it down so that I could fit the cover, and now it fits perfectly up underneath. And also in the box beneath the table saw we have anchors and chain and stuff, and we, as you see, we have a lot of ropes coming with the boat. So yeah, all in all, a nice place. I really like it, and I think it's going to be a good place to seek shelter, especially through the winter now, when I'm going to work on the boat. But yeah, let's go have a look at Carla and see how we made the cover. So here we are inside the tent. We chose to make these scissor truss frames to keep down the dimension of the wood, both for the weight and also for the price. And with the scissor truss we get a very stable construction. We put one for every scepter there is along the side, and that gets us to approximately 1 meter between the frames. And to support them between, we have a piece of wood up here, and we have crosses made all the way to support the structure lengthwise. In the roof we also made these cross supports. I tried using a fence wire. It worked quite well actually, but the wood supports are better. I ended up cutting 10 centimeter boards into half and using them, and as soon as we got them up, you could really feel the change in stability of the structure. Down here I started, as you can see in the video, I started by using a 10 centimeter board to put the weight on the boat, but ended up changing them to this thicker piece of wood that's clamped on both sides of the frame and then hooked onto the side of the ship, with the frame going down on the outside and this hook on the inside, and with the scepter in the middle. It works really well. You get a stable structure, and on top I assembled it with two pieces of wood to like connect all the pieces. I'm making up the framework as I go along, and once I find a shape that I can use, I try to mass produce them so that I don't have to change the angle of the saw too often or go back to the workshop and start over. I also try to assembly as much of the frame as possible in the workshop, because it's just nicer to do it in the workshop on the table instead of trying to do it on the boat when you're assembling the whole structure. Here I'm cutting up a board to make the corner piece of the framework. Now I'll start to assembly the frames, and as you can see, I'm using the smaller 10 centimeter boards in little pieces. I'll later replace them with bigger boards so that they can take more weight from the roof. Now I'm mounting one side of the corner pieces. This will make it much easier when I get out and start assembling the whole structure by myself. I'm using the small piece of wood to find the correct angle and therefore the correct height of the corner piece. again, to make it easier on myself when I get to the boat and have to assemble the structure, I made a template on the table so I could put together the top of the truss in here. I pre-cut an angle to the ends of the wood so it would fit better together in the top. Now we're getting to the fun part of the project, of putting it all together, which can be quite a challenge when you're doing it alone. We bought these cheap 8mm yoga mats and cut them into 12cm strips and nailed them onto the frames to protect the tarp from sharp edges on the frame. The roof is made out of 3 separate tarps and where they meet, I screwed on a wood batten on the outside of the frames to even out the pressure, or to make it less likely to rip when the wind is picking up and pushing on the top. I'm just nailing the yoga mats to the table 2 at a time, and then cutting them out in 12 centimeter strips. Now it's time to fasten the mats to the framework. I'm using broadhead nails. Because of the rain, the deck is very slippery, and my ladder slipped and I almost fell. Luckily, I managed to grab a hold. And then finally it's time to put on the tarp, which also can be quite a challenge to do it on your own. But slow and steady wins the race. Here I'm fastening the battens where the two tarps meet. I'm putting a screw in for every 10 centimeters, so it's less likely to rip. At least that's my theory. In both ends of the tent we made these doors so that we can get the wind through the tent to dry out the boat, and you can really feel the change in here. After only 2 days the boat has gone from very wet with small puddles of water laying around to now it's almost completely dry, and it's not because it's been warm outside, it's just the wind getting through really dries the boat. We still discuss if we're going to close the doors when it's if there's a storm coming, or if we have to keep them open. Yeah, there's a lot of opinions on the internet, but for now I think we're going to close them, and that's why I made it easy to close if we see some wind coming in the forecast. And in the back I did the same, made a door to easily close up if we have wind coming, or to keep it open to get the wind going through the boat. Lastly, the tarp is secured, of course, with the wood battens I screwed onto the frames on top, and down here I tied ropes from the rings in the tarp and down to the frame, and also I used some of all the excess rope we have laying around, just to put some extra rope around the whole structure, to keep the tarp from flapping when we have high winds. I hope that really helps make it more stable and less likely to rip the tarp. So now that we have the boat covered and drying, it's time to think of the next project. It's almost time for me to go back to work for 28 days, and when I get back I think the next project will be replacing some of the deck here on the aft deck. It'll be removing the benches, removing the column, because underneath here we have some heavy rusting in the deck, and we'll have to have a look at if we're going to replace pieces of the deck, or maybe we can patch it, but we'll have to see how severe the rust is when we uncover the deck from below. But that'll be a project for next time. So for now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments or good advice for me, please write them in the comment section below. And remember to subscribe to the channel so you'll get a notification when the new video arrives. Thank you for now, and see you next time.